Okay, there we go. So,
I'm
question
ready to start.
three. Cool.
Question three. Are life lessons less prominent in new anime? And did old shonen anime shape the youth's moral compass as we see it today? That's a
Who's
good
going
one.
first?
That is a very good one.
I'll go first for this one.
Yeah,
Calm.
go ahead.
I've, I've, if we're counting just the newer shonen that comes out, I would say not really. I think a lot of the life lessons that were predominant in the when our era,
Mm.
watching stuff like underdog stuff or like working hard, I think it's still like quite prominent in today's shonen or even
Can you give an
in today's
example?
anime. Like look at Clover, an
Mm.
underdog right there. Look at even Dandadan, a sneaky geek that's never seen a woman. All of a sudden, becomes a powerhouse and wants to like earn friends and be a better man almost in it. Especially in the latest episode of season two, where he wants to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
be selfless. So I think no, I don't think that it's less. Maybe it's
Mm.
fewer examples. Maybe because we're not watching a lot of anime as we used to back in the day.
Mm.
Because in Dragon Ball, I think that shaped a lot of people from the 90s, even early 2000s, about working
No doubt.
hard,
No doubt.
being
Yeah.
disciplined. Naruto had the same thing. One Piece, you just being yourself, having fun. Like it was probably more back in the day,
Mm.
but it's still around. It's still around. The lessons and stuff are still around.
Fair enough.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Who's
I actually agree with that. But yeah, Moino, you wanna go next or should I?
Yeah, okay, so I do agree with that and say that in the new anime, I think it's weird, right? They're trying to like five head the life lessons. And what I mean by that is the stories and stuff are so convoluted now that life lessons before the simple story and the simple life lesson and they say it to your face. Like
It's clear.
cause and effect. Don't be bad. Don't kill. Don't drink alcohol. Whatever. All the stuff you'd see it, right? Don't be corrupt.
Mm.
In newer
Yeah.
anime now, it's like everything has to be 200 IQ to understand. And I'm not saying that I don't understand it, because obviously I do understand all of these new animes. So like in Demon Slayer, would you think there's a bunch of life lessons? There probably are. But
Probably.
if
Yeah.
you were to
I think
ask the average viewer,
yeah,
what
the
have you
main thing
learned and
would
how
be
much have
family.
you learned? A lot of them are going to only give you one or two. However, at
Yeah.
the age of 7, and I'm not bragging. Okay, I am. Screw you guys. I am bragging. Age 7 or age 8, I could tell you everything I learned in One Piece, Naruto. And can I say something? It's going to sound weird. Since age 7 and 8, my worldview hasn't actually changed now, age 23, in 16 years. Because nothing's really changed, because I understood most of the
Wait. Do
world
you mean
from
your
One Piece.
fundamental principles or worldview? I think your principles have stayed the same,
Yeah,
but
my
your worldview's
principles. Yeah,
changed.
no, my worldview's changed. Sorry, I'm saying principles in terms of how I act, how I've
Yeah,
always
yeah.
acted. I
No, no,
haven't
but the
really
same. Yeah,
changed as a person because I
yeah.
learned it from One Piece. I learned it
That's
from
science.
Naruto, and I
Yeah.
learned it from Dragon Ball Z Kai. 7 a.m. Let's go, let's go. Right before school, bro. And that's what I'm
Fix.
saying. Like, obviously, oh, that's such a goat, bro. But like the newer anime now, if I were to look at it at face value, maybe I'm old. I'm an unk. Yeah, we're all unks. We're 23 now. We're so old.
Oh,
Compared, yeah, we're
What are you
boomers, bro.
guys?
We're boomers, bro. We're boomers.
Speak for
But
yourself. I still qualify for young player of the year. So speak for yourself.
okay,
40
fair
years
enough.
young, bitch.
But
Yeah, say this.
but what I meant, but what I meant by that is, I just feel like it's not as in your face right now. The animes are probably slightly better in terms of story now
Mm. Yeah.
because they've managed to hide and mask away the big like, oh hey kids, don't kill. But instead, let's watch 1,000, frames a second of anime.
Oh
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
Like kids nowadays, like if you ask me what was Naruto when back in 2010, I'd be like Naruto's about never giving up, and a big thumb with the fingerprint on it. You know what I mean?
Never give up.
But
Exactly.
if you ask
Believe in
someone about
yourself.
Demon Slayer now, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's because I love Akaza, but I hate him because he killed Rengoku." That's what the life lesson they learn. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've actually seen that in an interview before, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this dumb kid doing? But
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
like 11, so can't expect much. But yeah,
All right.
definitely in new
Yeah.
animes, but it's masked. Whereas before, us as youth, we learned a lot from Naruto, Dragon Ball Z Kai, um, maybe so a lot of us One Piece, even Death Note. Death Note did actually play a huge role for me, and it's made me a bona fide certified killer. I'm joking. Do not take this to court. Nigel, your turn.
Yeah. Do you know what? I, for the most part, agree with you, Moino. But I think I could like explain why it's like that. So I think
Yeah.
before, like you said, older animes were. I think what authors did is they made a message and they built a story around the message. Nowadays, I think they authors build a story and then tie on the message on afterwards. So nowadays, I feel like the message is show don't tell, but previously
Yeah, you have to,
it
you have
was
to read in between the lines a bit, innit?
exactly. But
yeah.
previously it was show and tell rather than show don't tell. So like Naruto, you could see it in the training exams. Each fight was in itself a lesson. And they literally tell you through their backstory what the lesson is. Like it's in your face, and then they show it through the story. But nowadays, like you said, Demon Slayer, they're not going to mention it at all. You have to read between the lines, which some can say is more artistic, but like think about it. Your 8-year-old son, when he's watching it, he's not going to be able to really take it away unless it's like drilled into him.
My
Oh,
son
yeah,
will.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Don't worry,
You
my
might as
son
well watch
will.
You might as well watch Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Exactly.
You
Put
might as
him
well
on
watch
put him on Yu-Gi-Oh, put him on One Piece, put him on Naruto. He will
Bakugan or something.
just like that.
Bro,
But you have it
my
figured out.
my son at 1 day old, he's watching One Piece. If he doesn't know about the world government, yeah, GG. I'm sorry.
Well, government, critical thinking, freedom fighting, yeah.
Exactly, bro.
But yeah, I think because of that new show don't tell method, I think less. You know, the second half of our question is how it shapes the youth's compass today, as we see it today. I don't think the lessons banged as hard as they did, like they did in Naruto. Like
I
for
agree
example,
with that,
Jujutsu
yeah.
Kaisen's lesson, they won't bang because you can't really like tangibly take away that lesson and apply it to your life. Whereas Rock Lee, he didn't give up. He didn't have any ninjutsu. Everyone thought he was a bomb, but he wasn't a bomb. You apply that to your real life, whether you're like, I don't know, it's like your passion, your online passion project, your training regime. Like, you know, you can apply it. I think with the newer lessons, because you can't even figure out the lesson is, you can't even apply it. So, yeah, that's my.
Yeah, it depends on the show as well. A lot of shows don't have lesson. Like when you said Jujutsu Kaisen, I can't really tell you any lesson other than like, put your head down and just persevere and endure. That's the only thing I get because
True,
Yuji is like his life is pretty ass. So all he's doing is enduring
Well,
it.
Mitch, most shonen shows or even seinen are built to have a lesson inside. Because if a show doesn't have a lesson, then they actually lose a big part of the market. Because the whole point of telling a story is to take something away from it, not just entertainment. The ones that are timeless throughout history, that like people will talk about 50 years later, are the ones that have a lesson behind it. Every cool piece of media that you know has a lesson behind it. The ones that have stood the test of time.
But I feel like with shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, it's more, especially during 2023 when the manga was like going toward this like end.
Yeah.
Like more people were just crazy about the fights.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Like, a parasocial relationship with like Gojo, Sukuna. I don't feel like there's like for shows like that specifically. There's not really a lesson. There's more of a
It's a
ooh,
vibe.
this looks
cool,
cool.
yeah.
This looks
Shiny
cool.
glass.
The guy looks peng. Let's roll with it.
Yeah,
And that's why,
it.
Mitch, I can tell you right now, that's exactly why Jujutsu Kaisen will never be talked about again in 30 years. Whereas Naruto will still be. I'm
Hey
calling
guys, can you see?
it right now.
Can you see the camera?
I can see him from the show.
Yeah. Void has a boner for Gojo. That's all I saw.
Well, luckily the camera's not picking up. But yeah, on that ending,
Okay.
I think you guys
On that.
summarized it perfectly.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. So yeah, let's head on to the next question.